Hello, YouTubers. It's Travis. Welcome back. I have something today that I'm going to share with you that I am very excited about. This is a new project that I got started working on, and we kind of came up with it in response to the decathlons on MTG Arena, which was like these 10 events that you could play in that qualified you for a tournament. And between myself and my friends, the Mana Leak and David Seville, we were like, wouldn't it be cool to do some sort of limited decathlon? And that eventually evolved into this idea for the history of draft. So what we're going to be doing is drafting every set that's ever been on MTG Arena in order and going through them and posting the videos for you to watch. Myself, the Mana Leak, and the Game Mechanic, that's John and Mike, are also streaming these and participating in all of them. So if you want to check out their Twitch and YouTube channels, you can find this content there as well and see it from different perspectives, which I think is going to be very cool. I'll try to get links to those down below by the time this goes live for you, so you can check that out as well. But the idea is today you're going to watch an Ixalan draft. We're going to do it on the MTGA Draft Out and then play out all of the games on MTG Arena. And in some of them, you'll see me playing against these other streamers and content creators, and sometimes you won't. That's the nature of kind of how these things work. What I need from you is to let me know if you like this. Let me know if you don't like it as well, because I'm interested in moving more of my content towards things like this, where we maybe do draft or sealed off of the Arena app and then play the games in Arena. I think that would be very interesting to do, like some sealed leagues, some more draftathon events like this in the future. So really, please hit me with the comments today. I need to know if you like this and like the concept. And with that, enjoy a blast from the past. We're going to Ixalan, and next week I'll have Rivals of Ixalan, and then soon Dominaria. Thank you for tuning in. Let the history of draft begin. Welcome to Ixalan, ladies and gentlemen. The year is... What's the year? What year did Ixalan come out? This pack has some good cards in it. Altepec Huntmaster was not so bad. Not so bad. We're taking the Entrancing Melody, for sure. It's good. Yeah, future History of Draft sessions will be on Wednesdays. Yeah, this set's old. I don't remember exactly how old. But I know I want this Entrancing Melody. I'm starting to think about what could come back and trying to sort of remember the set. Because I remember Branchwalker was pretty good. Siren Lookout was pretty good. Pounce was not. We kind of thought it would be. It was 17. Wow. What a world, what a world, what a cruel, cruel world. But starting with Entrancing Melody is very nice. This is a mind control. Hey, we're both old, man. And if you enjoy watching this content, the Game Mechanic and the Mana Lake are both streaming this right now. You absolutely should be watching all three streams for the draft and the gameplay. So get in there for the Game Mechanic and the Mana Lake. Power and toughness equal to the number of cards in your hand. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card for each creature you control. I remember being able to ramp to crazy stuff in this set. It wasn't the best thing you could be doing. Ishtari, thank you for the resub.
What is this?
This is the history of draft! Exclamation point history. If I'm not taking this, what's better? There's actually not anything better. I'll give it a go. I'm not saying we're doing it. I'm just saying there's nothing here to pull me off of it. Thank you very much for the resub, Ishtari. We're drafting every set in Magic starting... Well, every set that's been on Arena, starting with this one. That's the wrong Chupacabra. I got incredibly excited for a moment. But that is not the right Chupacabra. This may not even be the right set for the Chupacabra that I want. One thing that may seem bizarre is that Cobbled Wings was actually really good in this format. Like, you just played it and we're happy about it. I think we're going to take the Fire Cannon Blast. This is not a wonderful pack. It's okay. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what's open. So having at least a decent red removal spell I can be happy with. That I don't know, Henning. If somebody in chat could help out with that, that would be swell. Angrath's Marauders, huh? That is a biggin. Vexed Rhino, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Vexed and Ishtari, thank you both very much. There are people communicating that they don't want to be doing bigly things. Windstrider was better than you thought too. What's interesting to me is that I'm kind of going to get locked into green with either of these directions, but I don't mind green-red big stuff. Not that these were great. Yeah, this is basically a 7 mana 8/4. I don't even know that I want that. I'm going to take the Jade Guardian, because I think we're getting hinted at that we should be doing green rampy things. I remember liking Deadeye Tracker a lot. As far as I know, that's the only two. I did like Deadeye Tracker a lot. I'm taking it. I'll figure out where we're going. I'm just getting past rares and happy about it. It's time for us to get a little bit of a direction here. We're going in order, so the next format will be Rivals of Ixalan. It's actually really difficult, and I'm not sure exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm feeling red-black adjacent. Yeah, I'm feeling red-black adjacent. I'm going to take this knight and see where it takes me. I think blue-red or red-black is currently calling to me. Nice, Dan. The other option would still be blue-green and going into Merfolk. I think what happened here is a lot of people didn't recognize how good the Deadeye Tracker was just as a mana sink. And so it may actually not, like black may not be open even though this card is good. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to pull this out, and we're going to see what flavor of Teamer we are in a minute. River Herald's Boon was good if you were in blue-green Merfolk specifically, and I'm not quite ready to say that's what we're doing. I'm willing to say that's quite likely. Prosperous Pirates was very good at potentially getting you to something like Tishana. And just splashing in general. So I think, okay, we're blue. I don't know blue what yet. But I think with Melody, Pirates, and The Apprentice, I'm pretty happy with that. Cannon is fine. I don't think it's as good as the Pirates. Depths of Desire is pretty reasonable as well. Bounce is almost as good as removal in this format. But I think we're probably headed here. But we'll see. You could play Dive Down. It wasn't particularly wonderful. Like, people remember this card from Standard, but like the removal in the set was really bad. So it's not like you were actually protecting your creatures from much, but we could play it. Rallying Roar you had to play around, but I think I'm liking blue-red right now. I could still move a little bit. I've already got what I need to splash. Let's take this and see if Merfolk opens up. Like, realistically, this is what we should be looking at. I'm playing blue. I've got enough players to be playables to be in really any combination of team or shenanigans. Hunters is fine. 6 drop. So blue-red's looking like right now we're blue-red. I'd be pretty content playing this. Lannery was a decent rare, that she's able to kind of start ramping you, which is something that blue-red was really interested in. There's also Sailor of Memes, which I liked a lot. There's no green card in the pack really, so there's no consideration there. It's worth noting that the Pirate's Cutlass is actually really good equipment. But I think we're pretty happy with Lannery, and I think this solidifies us in blue-red. Like, at this point, I'm pretty happy to just tunnel vision on blue-red cards. We've got 2 good removal spells, some decent creatures, a little bit of ramp here and there. We also have the ability to splash. It's worth noting between the Depths of Desire and the Prosperous Pirates, we've got 2 sources of any color, right? And if we're not using that to ramp, we could use it to splash something. It was not uncommon in Ixalan to splash without any basics, to do it just off of treasure. Kind of fun to draft this set again. Navigator's Ruin, eh? I mean, it's fun to go back, you know? I think the Siren Lookout is the best card for us. I'd forgotten about Navigator's Ruin. A lot of people really liked River's Rebuke in Limited. I don't understand why. Maybe. Ryan, thank you for the raid. You might actually be interested in this in the future, Ryan. Exclamation point history, if you're interested. We're drafting every format that's ever been on Arena, starting with Ixalan, every Wednesday at this time until we've done them all. And would love to have you join in if you're interested. We've got 2 other streamers that are participating, the Mana Leak and the Game Mechanic. Thank you very much for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Obviously, my people should know who Ryan is. If you don't, go follow the dude. What does Koala do? Makes your spells cost more. Makes my activated a bit. This doesn't actually do anything. That sucks. I reckon I could play a Storm Tamer. I don't know that I'm excited about it. I did say that Cobbled Wings was surprisingly good in this format, and it was. But I don't want to take it here. It's kind of a bum pack. I could also take the Wayfinder, but I really do feel like we're just buckled into red now. So sure, I can play a Storm Tamer. It's fine. Dousing Dagger was pretty good as long as you never flipped it, right? It was just an equipment that was +2/+1. First format on Arena was Kaladesh Draft. Really? Oh, huh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I remember drafting Hour of Devastation on Arena, but I don't remember the timetable. And I remember doing Aether Revolt on Arena, like legitimate Aether Revolt, not Kaladesh Remastered. Stormfleet Spy was okay. Sailor of Memes opens up a whole plan of splashing. And the Siren Lookout makes me happy. Andy, thank you for the gift sub, my friend. Yeah, we can do the remastered sets. I don't see why we wouldn't. I'm trying to decide which I like better here. There's so much value in these lookouts. I think I'd rather have that. Pirate's Prize was okay too. If they put it on Arena, Brad, we will draft Cold Snap all day long. About 7 years ago, Brad bought me into a Cold Snap draft, and I did not have fun. And he's been kind of laughing about it ever since. Are we aggressive enough to play a Horncrest? I guess aggressive enough isn't the right word. Creature dense enough is probably the right word. Red is getting what? But I do have a strong suspicion that it's at least open the other way. So like I'm kind of fine with this, and our blue's good enough that I don't really mind. I have a worry about how many just straight up bounce spells I can run, but a lot of people viewed this set as just put pants on creatures. Let's get us some more twos. I'm down with that. I'm really not going to be able to make this Shaper Apprentice fly, but that's kind of all right. Dowser of Lights was a house. We're going to go through and draft RTR again and draft all of them. All right, so I do think that our color pair is open. Dude, I was drafting some Dowsers back in the day. This draft is going pretty damn well, by the by. You're going to play Dread... How are we going to play Dreadmaw if we're not green? Huh. Dan asking the real questions. I'm not going to main deck a Hijack, but I might bring it in. I think this was a pretty fun format. It drug along a little bit too much. I think the real challenge for me with Ixalan, I think I actually want any of these cards, right? I could jam a Siren's Ruse if somebody's running a lot of pacifisms on the sideboard. So the real issue with me for this format, Scary, was that Ixalan itself wasn't that bad. It was pretty basic Magic. It felt like a pretty good core set to me. The problem was that the set that came after it, Rivals of Ixalan, fundamentally didn't change anything about the format. And that made it a lot less fun for me. It was kind of just the same format again. think I do want the cobbled wings. I could see that getting out of hand potentially. So for me, it felt like a set that was out for 6 months. And this was the set that kind of led to them deciding they're not going to do 2-set blocks anymore. Okay, black-white was even more open than this. And I think that's why. It felt like you were just playing the same set for 6 months, which is a long time to ask for a Magic set to be relevant. Boneyard Parlay was quite nice, but sadly, it's not going to be for us. Yeah, somebody's going to get past that and be in a happy, happy place. I think I want one Storm Sculptor in this deck. There were more things than that you could do. Those were certainly things that you could do in the set. I don't need this in the same deck with Cobbled Wings. I can let that go. Because this deck's got decent card velocity. Was this Storm Sculptor that I was looking at, thinking about? Brute Champion was okay. There's another bounce spell. We've got plenty of those. Yet another bounce spell. We could take the second Fire Cannon Blast, or we could take the first Unfriendly Fire. I often looked at Unfriendly Fire as like a way to kill your opponent more so than anything else. It was kind of like a Lava Axe that if it had to go at a creature, you could do that and weren't too embarrassed. I've already got 2 Depths of Desires, so I'm not really that into the Perilous Voyage. I think I've got enough card draw in the Looter maybe, and the Lookouts that I maybe don't need to focus on that. I think I'd rather just have another Fire Cannon Blast. That kills most of the stuff I'm going to be capable of killing. Like the scaling damage from 3 to 4 isn't that great. I would play an Unfriendly Fire in this deck. I just don't think I'm willing to take it over a Fire Cannon Blast. So the Sailor of Memes does open me up to another flyer, or to a splash. And it could even be just splash this Tishana, frankly. Because at that point, well, no, I've already got that option if I want to go that way. If we want a 7-drop. I don't know that we want a 7-drop. I don't know how to say no to the Siren Lookout. I guess the answer is the Cobbled Wings isn't very good with the Siren Lookout, but I can just play the Dowsing Dagger and cut the Cobbled Wings. So I think I'm going to do that. I will play all of these that I can get. And I think Cobbled Wings is probably not in the deck. Sure Strike is also probably not in the deck with this many flyers. But this is looking alright to me. Of course, John ruins everything. If we replaced him with a bot, would anybody actually know? This pack very weak for us. We replaced Soldier's Crystals with the Mana Lake. The ship's not bad. The Fire Shrine Keeper's actually playable too. There's a chance I play this Keeper. I hope you enjoy it, Dan. What's up, Dion? Uh, April or May of this year, which is very exciting and terrifying. I don't know that I'm playing this Horncrest, but I know that I'm not playing anything else in the pack, so we'll take it. I think I'm a little creature light to be running that. I mean, it just ants doing ants things, right? It's okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so how are the, how's the first month, Dion? Give me an update. Oh, there's my favorite card in the set. Remember Running Goblin? I remember. I like where this is going now. I'm a happy boy. One of the clips from my intro is me using a Rummaging Goblin to win a game I had no business winning. Because that card's busted. I don't think I'm splashing the green card unless we really need some top end against somebody. So it might come in from the size board, but I can just stop playing lands at 3 and burn through them. What is a rummageable afternoon? It's the best that ever happened to me. I am hoping that is how I will feel. I mean, that's obviously how I'm going to feel. I'm already concerned about Tracy and feel like I'm doing my best to look after her. And she's not even here yet. Yeah, I'd imagine there's some adjustment. Yeah, we're having a daughter. Run Aground was pretty decent too. All right, I'm happy with this. That one I have heard, Sleep When the Baby Sleeps. And then I've also had some people suggest that like eventually train the baby to sleep towards your schedule once you can do that. And to be aware that you can't immediately do that. The Storm Sculptor came back. I'm actually not terribly interested in it. Well, maybe I am now. Because the reason I didn't want it initially was we were talking about not wanting to play it with the Cobbled Wings. I took the Cobbled Wings out. All right, so we got there. Red Blue Pirates. I could also be pretty happy with extra lands here if we don't find the right card. But Pirate's Prize is a pretty good card. I'll play a Pirate's Prize and just call it a deck. Funny how, without even really trying, you end up with 15 creatures and some good spells. Dual Shot was a pretty good size board card, so we're going to grab that as well. Might be, well, I think I'm more likely to want to bring in the Shorekeeper against an aggressive deck, which I would do. I'd rather have a treasure or a clue. I'd rather have a clue. But I mean, that changes format to format, right? Like this format was designed with treasures in mind. All right, I think I'm pretty content with that being our draft. Neat. We did it. Let's export this, and I want to generate the brackets quickly, but if there's any issues, they can be recreated. So we've got them here. Let me get my deck sorted, and then we can get to playing. I'm just going to get the brackets posted so everybody can see them. What do I need to craft? Shauna, I mean, there's sure. I didn't even know they had styles going this far back. Ah, they did for Opt. They did for Opt. I think there's like a pretty reasonable chance I'll actually want to play Tashana. Like to sideboard her in. I'm going to play Ixalan lands because I think it'll make me happy. Why not? It'll look like we just grabbed some lands out of the land box that was there, you know? I like it. I'm pretty happy with this. Which of these screams Ixalan? I guess there's not even any real little sleeves that are like quality Ixalan stuff, eh? It's just that old. Because this was the first thing you could do on Arena. So I guess I'll use the oldest sleeves that I have. I think these are the first sleeves you could possibly get. Yeah, I don't have a pirate sleeve. I don't really have anything that's screaming Ixalan. But this was like one of the original sleeves you could get in Arena. So I think we'll take that. All right. All right, time to battle. Round 1, fight. The history of draft. It looks acceptable on the play. Do I actually want to transform this? I think I do. I need to get the damage down first. I don't care about any of that. I'm pretty happy with where we're at now. None of that matters. This is sorcery, right? Yeah. But I can do it. Yeah, that would be another flyer. It's fine. Good to see you, Regu. Hope things are well in your world. That was pretty good. Evasion! Evasion Grud. You have no idea what they're splashing for. It looks like a Sailor of Memes multicolored deck. Like our deck is pretty clearly like eyes in the sky sort of things. Keep us G-rated if you don't mind, Regu. But I happen to agree with you. I'm gonna delete that message just because I don't want cursing in my chat. I mean, to be fair, keep us G-rated even if you do mind. I felt pretty strong already. I don't know what I need to fiddle with here. It's okay. I know you've been here before, and I know a lot of Twitch chats are fine with cursing. I'm just not. It was. I'm trying to decide if there's anything I want to sideboard, and I don't think that there actually is. Because going on the draw doesn't really make me want to get Tashana in here. I didn't see anything to demolish. I think we've just got a good build for this matchup, so let's try it again. It's not winning any games. This one might. I kept this because I like the way this hand loses is by flooding out. So let's make what would normally be a loss a win. Right? Like I could have kept the red 2-drop, but I'm not like I'm guaranteed to get a blue 2-drop. Right? And I've got this too. So like we could in theory go 2-3 and be pretty happy. At that point I'm not guaranteed to get this, and I'm kind of okay if we don't, right? So I think it made more sense to keep the segs. I don't think I need that. I'd love to get a bounce spell for that. But I didn't. We're going to do all of the drafts that were available on Arena. Starting with Ixalan. History of Draft is going to be every Wednesday, and they will be going on YouTube. I'm a little concerned here about attacking and getting them into their lands, but I'm also not quite sure how I'm going to finish the game otherwise. Because I'd basically be trading my hunters for a 2-3, and that's not good enough. So I think that's not the direction to go. I think the direction to go is like this. I'm not going to need that knight. Like, I can get him pretty close to dead here. Yeah, we'll be doing our remastered. I'm going to do all of the sets that have been on Arena. So, has it been a set on Arena? If yes, we're going to do it. I could take the trade here. But I mean, it's kind of what the Fire Cannon Blast is for, right? They're going to get the land either way, so that part doesn't really matter. I guess if I Fire Cannon Blast the Chupacabra, like, how are they racing this? Because the Chupacabra is probably their option to be able to kill the Sculptor and try to race me. And if that's not something they can do, then we win. I miss those days too, Reg, but like I'm bringing back some of that with these viewer drafts, and I think I may be looking to do more of that over time in the future. Do you gain the life when you play that? Yeah, so they're going to gain 5 next turn, and I can't kill them. I can get real close. Pouncing that just locks them out, doesn't it? They're dead if they just play it. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it would put them to 1. Okay. Does it? I need a judge. Does it have to be in play for this to happen? If I bounce it, do they gain 5? Isn't it going to reference the last toughness that appeared there, which would be 5? Because I honestly don't know how this works. I don't have time to pause and go look it up either. But do I have any judges in chat that know? I'm pretty sure they still gain it. It's a trigger. You can't stop it. They still gain 5. Okay. Yeah, last known information. That makes some sense. So I just bounce it when they play the next creature, right? Because it's ETB. Vigilance, trample, haste. I think as long as they don't gain the life here, we win, right? What's up, Ragebeard? If I could just block this, take 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Life is good. How are things in your world, my friend? Seven. Doesn't have lifelink or anything, right? They can put dinosaur cards in the battlefield. I guess if any of the dinosaur cards kill me, we're in trouble. But other than that, we should have the win. I'm calling shenanigans if they hit another Verdant Sun's avatar. They did not. Whew. That second game was scary. Remember Ixalan? Remember Ixalan. That was pretty fun. All right, round 2. Fight. That ain't pretty, but we'll give it a go. Blue mana would be nice. There we go. Blue mana is good. I have very little expectation that this lookout is going to be here next turn. I think it is going to get fire cannon blasted. This is not great because I think he has a pounce. And I'm about to get pounced. No pounce. Interesting. Funny how much of these old formats you remember and how much of them you forget. I still think there's a pounce over there, just decided not to use it, which is fine. A sure strike is what you've got. No, it was a pounce all along, huh? It might be a sure strike too. This is a little risky, but I think this is the easiest way to win. And I would like to try to win. I don't need to trade that. Actually, I can still do all of this. I've been pretty happy with this dowsing dagger. I assumed we were never going to bother flipping it, but I've been pretty happy to flip it. If I swing here, I don't kill them both, so we gotta sit. They could miss for a turn. No, that'd be swell. We've got a decent amount of card draw to hit, right? I suppose that's one way to do it. There was my decent amount of card draw. I don't think I actually have anything left here, because we end up having to trade that. That was an unfortunate series of events. But I don't want to make this trade, but I have to. Yeah, we got him to an empty board and then went as deep as we could. Hobbled Wings was a very good include for this set, especially in situations where you have like a Colossal Dreadmaw. But as much as I praised flipping it, I might have been better off just trying to kill him with flyers and keeping the dagger on it. But it came down to top decks at the end, which is, you know, part of it. I don't really have a lot of ways to kill that, aside from the Fire Cannon Blast. So I guess the top decked Fire Cannon Blast from them was really what did us in. Did I ever want a dual shot? Not really. Do I want to bring in the Tashana here? I kind of like Sure Strike too, but the instant speed interaction of Pounce makes me a little nervous. That actually they did, and that's why I'm nervous about bringing it in. I think I'm pretty comfortable running this back on the play. I may make some adjustments when we go on the draw. I might be able to afford a hijack then, is what I'm thinking. Not ideal, but certainly keepable. That's a bold move, Cotton. But they got my number. I wanted to get the double red off of this, but I probably have to block with Lannery. It's going to be in a very itchy weekend. We're going to take 7. All right. He kind of does, doesn't he? They may have me here. Let's start with the rummage. Are we playing Ixalan draft with the MTGA draft app? That's +2/+1. Does that leave me any blocks that are reasonable? Not really. That's a lot of damage cracking in. It's probably still the only line I have. This does not look great for me right now. I think Justin's got me. Told you guys Cobbled Wings was really good in Ixalan. That's an unusual choice to put it on, because that's kind of who I was looking to block anyway. This does force some awkward blocks for me. Like, I'll give you that. But, I mean, we're kind of dead anyway at this point. All right, our ramparts have been crashed. My head explode. Welcome to Ixalan, where red-green dinosaurs was the truth. All right, now I got to brush up on Rivals of Ixalan for next week. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons. Thank you to Paul, Punk, Hero J, Joe, Jesse, Jacob, Scott, Fasty, Rich, Michael, Brandon, and John. You're all rock stars, and I appreciate you.